Hello everybody, this video is going to be a brief video about social dilemmas. So first let's start off with what a social dilemma is. A social dilemma is any situation in which the needs of an individual are, or not necessarily the needs, but what advantages the individual differ from what advantages the group as a whole. All right, and so when I talk about this, I think about Spock from Star Trek when he says, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Now, the reason I think of that is because the research seems to agree with Spock. Specifically, individuals or the group tends to, and individuals in the group tend to prosper better overall over the long term when they engage in cooperation, and specifically when they place the needs of the group ahead of the needs of the individual. Whereas in the short term, the competitive, individual-focused tactics tend to be more advantageous. So if we're talking about, for example, all right, a kind of social dilemma is a public goods dilemma. So a public goods dilemma refers to when members of a group all have to contribute some portion of their resources to a common pool of resources, which that common pool of resources then goes to benefit the entire group. So you can think of things like taxes. All right, taxes are a public good. So everybody contributes. That pool of money is then supposed to be used to pay for things like roads and schools and salaries of public servants. And the cooperative tactic is everyone to pay their fair share of their taxes, and then the entire group benefits from that public good, all right, that public resource. Well, the individual focused tactic is I want to pay as few taxes as I possibly can, all right, contribute to the public resource, the public goods, as little as I can, but I still want to reap the benefits of everybody else contributing to it. All right, that's the best individualist tactic because I don't have to give much of my own, but I can still take advantage of the roads and the schools and the public servants. All right, but if every member of a group adopted that perspective, the public resources would diminish over time. Again, this is why cooperation is the best tactic over time. So over time, the public goods would diminish. And then there wouldn't be money for roads, there wouldn't be money for schools, there wouldn't be money for public servants. And for that reason, the quality of all of them would decline. There's no money to repair the roads. We can't repair them, so you're going to have to drive on your pothole-studded roads. There's no money to upkeep your school, so your students are going to have to learn with textbooks written in the 1970s. All right. So, but then when everybody contributes to the public good, all right, so everybody cooperates. So the group-minded tactic, and everybody contributes their tax dollars, then the public goods, the pool of public goods is larger, and therefore there is ample resources to pay for roads, schools, things like that, and therefore the group as a whole can benefit. All right. So, in general, when we're talking about the long term and we're talking about social dilemmas, cooperation tends to be the most advantageous tactic. All right, cooperation, even in the prisoner's dilemma, which the Branscombe book talks about. So in the prisoner's dilemma, you have a situation where you and one other person have been accused of a crime, and both of you can either confess or keep quiet. If both of you confess, you both go off to jail. If both of you keep your mouth quiet, both of you go free. All right, now, but if one of you confesses and the other doesn't, then the one who confesses gets off and gets off scot-free. The other one goes to jail, and vice versa, if depending on which one does confessing and which one doesn't. So the greatest good overall, again, is that both people cooperate. If both cooperate, both keep their mouth quiet, then both go free. So the net good is still greater. In both of these situations, the prisoner's dilemma and the public goods dilemma, cooperation is the best tactic over time. Focusing on the benefits of the group tends to advantage all the members of that group more over time than does focusing on our own individual benefits. And so, as I started, I'll end with Spock was right. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. All right. Now, that is it for this video. So we've talked about what a social dilemma is, a couple different types of social dilemmas, and the most advantageous tactic in social dilemmas, specifically cooperation. Cooperation is always a superior tactic in social good dilemmas in the long term than is competition. All right. And that, my friends, is that. That's it for this video. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. But that is it for this video.